Good morning, folks. Welcome to Going On Daily Live. This is a brand new week here with Chuck and I. Good morning,
Brand
Chuck.
new week, and it's going to be amazing,
Week.
folks.
And it is Gulf States Week. So most of our listeners are American, so they knew what that meant. My Google was like, "Do you mean the United Arab Emirates?" And I was like, "I don't think I do."
I think
Actually,
that's exactly what we meant. Hopefully, that's what your topic is today.
hopefully, we're talking about the Middle East because if we're not, boy, do I look dumb.
Well, hey, speaking of the Middle East, I will say this. You did say most of our viewers are Americans, but we don't know that to be 100% factual. I have a large Saudi Arabian contingency that watches my podcast, so
Do you really?
we may be
Interesting.
speaking to the people.
Interesting. Maybe. Well, I guess Ron will need to let us know where.
Hey,
Oh,
there
we
you
do
go. We do
too.
too.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well then, welcome to Gulf States Week, my
It's a
Saudi
worldwide
Arabian
program,
friend.
everybody.
That's funny. So first off, let's give a shout out to WDJY 99.1 in Atlanta. They have got us
Yes.
on 5 days a week. So if you're around there, check us out. 9 p.m. Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Thursdays, 10 a.m. Fridays, Sundays, 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So many times to catch us every single week over in Atlanta.
Can't be missed. And I will say this, thank you, WDJY, for always liking our reels and for being one of my top fans this week on social media.
Love
Love
that.
you
Yes,
guys.
thank you, WDJY. Thank you also to Mace Fitness and Soul Spectives for being our sponsors of the show. Okay, why don't
Indeed.
you kick us off on this Gulf States week? And we're talking about the Great Gulf Road Trip.
Indeed. So you just mentioned that, Becky, you didn't even know what the Gulf states meant. This is like a whole new thing. This is a brand new experience. And you can see by this little map here,
Yes.
basically it's the states that touch the Gulf.
I mean, that
Hence
makes
the name, the
sense.
Gulf Coast. So I don't have anything like real special from the Gulf Coast because I've been many times and it's been a lot of fun. But one thing that I really enjoy about the Gulf Coast is driving through it and some of the crazy things that you'll see along the way. So, what I've decided to do to kick off our Monday episode of Gulf States Week is a hypothetical road trip, Becky.
Ooh,
And
that sounds fun.
we're going to start here at my home, as it's been mentioned here. This starts in San Antonio.
Okay.
And we're going to go all the way to the other side there, somewhere in Florida. And it hasn't even been determined yet because this is going to be the fun part of the road
Oh,
trip.
it's interactive.
This is an
Like
interactive
it.
road trip, and it's going to be the Gulf Coast road trip. Basically, throughout the course of this trip, we're going to need to make a total of 10 decisions. These decisions are going to be what basically tells us how good this trip is or how bad it is.
Are you and I traveling together? Because if so, we're not taking
Since
that
you've
electric
never
vehicle.
been here before, we're gonna drive this way from San Antonio to Florida. We're gonna go visit somebody in Florida. It could be Mickey, it could be Mikey, it could be anybody. We don't know yet.
Mickey Mouse.
Could be. Could just be a regular Mickey from our show.
Exactly.
That's who I was referring to.
I know.
I'm a little too old for Mickey Mouse, but
Nope.
10 choices, one trip, Texas to Florida. And here we go, because we have to make this decision, and every decision we make in these categories is final. Becky, you cannot go back on these decisions once they've been made.
Okay, I'm
This
excited.
is going to be crucial because I feel like one of them you're going to make is going to not sit well with me, but I won't be able to do anything about it. So the first thing we're going to do, we just got here, San Antonio. I'm like, all right, I feel like driving to Florida today. Okay, cool. Well, what are we going to take? We've got 3 options as far as our accommodations for actual vehicles over the road. Number 1, a motorcycle. I don't know. I see people riding motorcycles on long road trips. I don't know how to ride a motorcycle, so I'm kind of hoping we don't pick that because it might be dead. Number 2, a pickup truck. It's a regular truck, nothing special.
Okay.
It's a Dodge Ram 1500. It's got a Hemi in it, and it's pretty good. It's got some power. Or a convertible. And I think a convertible has got its own purposes. Or going down the coast, it's going to be nice and sunny. I hope Ron doesn't post that comment there because it's not true. We would be broken down on the side of the road. Found on road daily would be our acronym for Ford. So we don't want that. So, Becky, we've got a convertible, a pickup, or a motorcycle. Which of these vehicles would you like to take for the road trip across the Gulf?
I mean, the obvious choice is a convertible. However, I
Oh,
really hate wind. I hate wind. So I think I'm going pickup truck.
okay, pickup truck
Because
it
you know
is.
what? We can
Actually,
stop.
that's what I was going to go with because I
Yeah.
don't like convertibles either. I burn. I took a convertible from here just to Dallas, and it was a terrible experience. So,
All that wind in your
convertible's
hair.
out. We're taking a truck. We're taking a Dodge Ram 1500
Yeah, because you know
Longhorn
what? You can
edition.
throw a pillow and blankets in the back and you can sleep.
Exactly. Can't
I
do
think
that on
that's
a
pickup
bike.
truck. No,
Probably
certainly
can't do
not.
that in a convertible. I've slept in
Yeah.
a convertible before. It's not fun. So
No, it's not.
we got that. The next thing we're going to have to decide is along the way, going to have to stop for food. So
Mm.
there's 3 different categories here. And mind you, Becky, you can only have one of these for the entire trip.
Okay.
There is no second choice. There is no going back later and saying, ooh. So here we go. Gas station snacks, which I'm afraid of. Fast food, which would be a regional fast food. So, like, we would have things here like
That I've never had
Bojangles
before.
and
Yeah.
things like that you've never heard of. Could be a good adventure, or local restaurants. So the choices again: gas station, fast food, or local eateries.
I've gotta go with
For
local
this trip.
eateries. I'm a foodie.
Thank
I
you.
gotta go with the
Thank you.
local.
I swore you were going to go with Buc-ee's and I was going to have to starve on the entire trip because I'm boycotting that place
Just
still.
boycotting
So
Buc-ee's, that's right.
we're in a truck. We're going to stop at only local restaurants along the way, which I think is
Yes.
going to be an amazing choice. So
Yeah.
now we've got this figured out. We got our food. We've got our stuff. Time to start rolling down the street. And the first thing you got to recognize is someone's got to be in charge of the jams. There's got to be road trip
Mhm,
music along the way. It wouldn't be a road trip without something really crazy. So we've got 3 options to choose for our road trip from Texas to Florida.
Okay.
Now, mind you, we're in a pickup truck and we're eating at local restaurants along the way. This may or may not affect the future here, but music. We got country music.
Okay.
Obviously, we're driving a pickup truck. We have classic rock. And then we have 90s and 2000s hits.
Oh, this is
so we have to make a decision here. This is tough. This is harder than the own. This is like worse than the Hall of Fame. We have to choose between country music, classic rock, or 90s and 2000s. And mind you, this is going to be the entire trip. Now, I know what I'm going to pick because I know, well, I don't know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to be heavily influenced by your decision.
Well, country music's already out for me.
Oh, no.
So I'm not a huge country fan.
Oh.
However, I love 90s and 2000s music. Realistically, that's only, I mean, when we say 2000s, we do not mean 2000.
I don't mean like 2025. I mean like 2000 to like 2003.
Exactly. And then the 90s. So really you only have 13 years, but classic rock, you have like really 3 or 4 decades worth. So I'm going classic rock.
Classic rock. I can agree with that. I normally either go with classic rock or country. And I do think you just missed out on hearing me sing George Strait for like 22 straight hours in the car.
Like George Strait. I do, but I can't listen to country music straight for like hours. I
guess if you're not in the car with me singing it, it's a different scenario. Like people beg to ride in the car with me on road trips because of my melodic tones, and therefore I can sing some classic rock as well. No worries.
I love classic rock, so I'm all about it the whole way.
All about that. Okay, we're moving right along here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a pickup truck. We're eating local restaurants, playing some classic rock. And now, before we leave Texas, we have one final meal before we leave the humble abode that is the Lone Star State, the one that we love the most and can't wait to get back from, even though we haven't left yet.
Okay.
So, Becky, this is tough. You're from Canada. You may not know exactly what to go with here, but I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
So we've got 3 different things that we can choose for our final meal before we leave Texas, and we're not going to be able to get this again until we come back. We've got barbecue. Now, mind you, we have said we're going to eat at local restaurants, so local barbecue places in Texas. Just saying. Tex-Mex, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of that around. You can definitely find some great places. great establishments like mom and pop, like Casa Rodriguez in Bryan, Texas, places like that, or breakfast tacos. Now, breakfast tacos may be underrated in your book because you may not understand the magic of them. And here in Texas, breakfast tacos are king. And I think they would be considered burritos everywhere else, but they're called tacos here. And you can get them at local restaurants. Pepe's Tacos right around the corner here. We get bean and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese tacos. Which one are you going with here? This is a tough one.
I'm going
This is what you're going to
breakfast
remember
tacos.
Texas by. If we never come back, this is it.
Yeah. I'm going to go breakfast tacos because it's a long road trip in a lot of states that are known for their barbecue. So I'm going breakfast tacos.
Okay. None are known more for barbecue than Texas,
Well, no,
I will
but
say, but we're going to have
to
breakfast
Texas.
tacos. And you know what? I'm actually good with that. I am good with that. We're going to Bill Miller's and we're having sausage, potato, and extra cheese tacos on the way out the door. So there you go.
Sounds
Everything's good. Now, we get driving a little bit. We're listening to some classic rock, got some Pink Floyd going, you know, rolled the windows down in the truck. Everybody's just, you know, chilling, having fun. And then after a couple hours, it's like, oh man, I'm kind of hungry again. Those breakfast tacos sure were good, but now we're in a completely different place. We are in Louisiana. No longer are we in, that was Bill Miller, but it's not the same Bill Miller. He did play baseball, but not the same guy. Not the barbecue magnate from Texas. But we're in Louisiana now, and things are going to get spicy over here because it's a different place. So, Becky, we need to know gumbo, crawfish, or giant po' boy sandwiches.
Po' boys for the win. I love a po' boy sandwich.
All right.
I love
I'm down with that. Are you trying the hottest restaurant? Are you trying the hottest hot sauce in the restaurant if someone dares?
Yeah, for sure I would.
I got the hottest hot sauce in the world. It's right back here on the shelf. It's called
I don't know if I would try
hot sauce. But okay, I got to speed this up a little bit because I'm kind of moseying on our road trip and I realize we're up against the clock. So we're going to eat po' boys. It's going to be shrimp and probably crawfish po' boys, I'm guessing.
Sounds so
then
good.
every night of the road trip, have to choose some sort of accommodations. Obviously, you can't drive all the way through, which you can. I've done it many times. I've slept in my car in truck stops. I know what it's like, but not everybody's likes that. So when I do road trips, usually the people with me are like, we need to stop. So it's like this: a nice hotel, a cheap roadside motel, like, you know, one of those that are filled with character and bugs and other things.
And don't bring a black light.
Exactly. Or camping, which would also be like sleeping in the back of the truck.
That's fun too. I mean, I guess it depends what month we're going, because if
It's
we're
gonna
melting
be in it's gonna be in August.
Yeah, no,
right
that's
now.
too hot. Nice hotel because they've got a pool.
Okay, so that's a nice hotel every way. There's no switching.
Yep.
That's it. Okay,
I'm not
good.
mad about
And
that.
it's gonna have a nice clean pool. It's not gonna have a apartment
Band-Aids in
complex
it.
type pool or
That's
anything like that. We're good. Okay. We're through with that now. On to the next one. And it's like, oh, look, we're in Mississippi now.
Nice.
What do we do in Mississippi, you ask? We've got to choose between going to the casino, a fishing charter, or a strange roadside attraction, which there are many in Mississippi. So to me, I'm thinking I'm all about gambling. I like the casino. I'm going to the casino. And if everybody chooses that, we all get an extra $100 as a bonus. So now you get to decide, are you going to play slots, blackjack, or roulette at the casino?
Ooh, slots for sure. I'm not a
Definitely.
person.
That's how I normally do. I usually win like really big on slots, and then I think I'm going to win big again. So I spend all the winnings back and end up actually losing. So
chase the high. That's right.
No bueno. Now, we've done that. We had fun, got back in the truck. We're jamming some music on our way, eating at some restaurants along the way as well. And now, Gulf Shores, Alabama. It's a day at the beach because why not, right? That's what Alabama is known for. Their amazing beaches, the cleanliness of the water, I guess. So now we've got to choose an activity, which is going to be between jet skiing and an Alabama beach, parasailing, which could be cool.
Is that
also
the one where
in
you're in the air?
Or just chilling in a beach chair for the entire day because the road trip has been stressful. And just a day off is what we need.
This is tough.
Indeed,
I
it
love just
is.
chilling. I love
Just
beach chilling, but I think parasailing sounds pretty awesome.
I've never gone parasailing.
Me
One time
neither.
I went to Mexico, my friend and his daughter went parasailing, and I always regretted not.
It's one on the
I'll go
back of the boat where you're in
parasailing.
the air, right?
Yeah. I would
Yeah,
end up
no,
like
that
that
sounds great.
wrestler Brutus the Barber Beefcake. He went parasailing one time and he like crashed and smashed his whole face in. That
Oh
would
my
be my
gosh.
parasailing experience, but I'd do it either way.
Sounds
So there
great.
you go. Now, after we do that, everything's cool. Parasailing was fun. Back in the truck. Oh my God, look, it's Florida. We're in Florida.
Woot woot.
Now, before we get to the final experience in Florida, there's all kinds of cool tourist stuff there too, right? So we're going to ride with alligators in an airboat, like out in
Ooh,
the Everglades.
okay.
We're going deep sea fishing, or we're going to a theme park, which could be Disney World.
We're
It could
going
be
to a
Six
theme park.
Flags.
Yeah, we're
Theme
going to
park.
a theme park.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
gonna go to Marineland in Florida because there is a Marineland there. I saw. We're gonna go to that Marineland. We're gonna have fun. And at Marineland, someone says, Becky, I'll give you $500 if you hold this baby alligator. Do you
Yeah,
do it?
100%. It's
All
a
day,
baby.
no worries.
I
So
probably
here
try
we
to touch
go.
any animal.
We are far behind time. I'll make up for it on my next topic for sure. But
Oh, good.
we finally made it to Florida. The Gulf Coast trip is done. Now we need to decide the final destination. It's going to be Destin, Florida,
Mm,
Tampa, Florida, or
mm.
Key West. And after 7 days,
Ooh,
who
that's
is most
tough.
likely to have been kicked out of the vehicle somewhere along the way, and did they deserve it?
You for sure.
Yeah.
Because you try to put country on. I'm gonna say we're stopping in Destin because that's where you see all the dolphins.
Destin, Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That is going to be the final destination. So, just to give a quick recap here, we are in a convertible. Just kidding. We're in a
We're in a
pickup
pickup
truck.
truck. Well,
And we're
now
only
that's
eating at
cool.
local restaurants along the way. No Buc-ee's, no gas stations, no
Mm-mm.
McDonald's, no Crystals or Bojangles, none of that stuff. Only local places. We're jamming country. Just kidding. We're jamming classic rock. And before we leave Texas, we're having breakfast tacos. Then later on that day, we're having po' boys, staying
Mm,
in a nice hotel each and every single time, which I'm totally down with. Then
mhm.
going to the casino, losing money, going parasailing. And then Becky is going to hold a baby alligator at a theme park. And then
That's
we
right.
end up in Destin, Florida. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hypothetical road trip
That's
across the
awesome.
Gulf. I feel like it was the best that there could have possibly been. And since I got kicked out already, I hitchhiked and I ended up in Tampa. I'm having a good time over there. So there
I
you
gotta
go, folks.
say,
That's how we kick off this week with a hypothetical road trip across the Gulf states.
it sounds great. In Mississippi, though, I wouldn't have gone to the casino. I would have gone to roadside attractions.
Roadside attractions are cool.
They're fun.
There are some good ones. That's probably where you would have found a gator as well, and you could have probably picked up a gator and maybe even
Nice.
had a pet alligator at that point. They have that stuff along the roads there.
On our trip.
So
That's
there
right.
you go.
I love it. It makes me wanna go travel, so thanks for that.
Yep.
As I enter into cold winter here in Canada. Okay, well, now that we're definitely over time, let's hear how
I
you
got
can follow
this.
us on all our social medias.
Watch us live at YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch at Rhode Island Broadcasting, X and Twitter at Broadcasting RI, Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. Listen to us on all of our audio platforms such as Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music at RI Broadcasting. You can also follow us on all of our socials at MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Gab, Parler, and
Space
at RI Broadcasting, and Reddit at RI-Broadcasting, and support the show on Rhode-IslandBroadcasting.net. We thank you for listening, following, and watching.
Thank you guys for listening
Thank
and
you,
watching.
guys. If you can see our screen right now, you see a big QR code in the middle of it. Take your phone, scan it if you're on a computer, of course. Otherwise, head to Rhode-IslandBroadcasting.net and look for our Hall of Fame. We do it every month. There is a new theme monthly. Right now, we are working on 80s spokes creatures.
Yeah, and this is a
characters,
highly
whatever you wanna
competitive
call it.
field here, and I'm afraid I have a feeling that I know who's going to win, and I don't think it's going to be the right the right person.
Because you're into Spuds McKenzie, are you not?
I like Spuds McKenzie. I like the California Raisins. I like Mr. Owl. I feel like Frito Bandito, we can't really vote for him in modern times because it's we kind of pushing the envelope a bit. And Max Headroom was stupid. So as long as he doesn't win, I'm good. He's like the Jane Fonda of this month.
I vote really Mr. Owl 31%. The Raisins
he's going to come by and steal it. The Bandito
Mr.
is going to come steal it indeed, folks. He's going to live up to his name.
Mr. Owl was from Tootsie Rolls, right? Oh, okay. He's pretty cute. I do.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, well, he's in the lead. So if you want maybe the California Raisins to win, like I do, go to the QR code and take a vote because I don't know. Why is Mr. Owl in the lead? I don't get it. He didn't do much.
He's the most iconic of the group. I felt like the California Raisins were.
They had like TV shows. They had merch. We have figurines. I still have little figurines of them from when I was a kid.
Now that I know the running order, I'm actually rooting for the Frito Bandito, and I'm going to vote for him 3 times this week just to hopefully get him over the edge because that's the most inappropriate one of them all, and I feel like it would only be appropriate if he won.
Yeah, that's right. The people have spoken.
There you go.
Bring back offensive. All right. Well, I've got a cool story for you. Not even a story, a cool segment for you. So I was looking up on this road trip. After all, we're going to stop at all kinds of different towns and cities and villages along the way. Well, guess what? Some of them have some pretty awesome names.
Indeed, they do.
And this is in no particular order. Maybe I'll try and go Texas to Florida again. But we've got Cut and Shoot, Texas.
Love it. Love it. I've been there many times.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's there was a dispute in 1912, I guess, that became heated enough that a young boy reportedly declared something along the lines of, I'm going to cut around the corner and shoot through the bushes. And then the phrase stuck. So Cut and Shoot, Texas.
We love Cut and Shoot. Shout out to you guys.
Well, what about Uncertain Texas? What should our name be? Uncertain.
Well, the majority of the state is Uncertain Texas. So that's a pretty unique one. To actually secure that name is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And apparently when people were filling out the paperwork for the settlement, they wrote Uncertain for the name because they just didn't know and it stuck.
That's pretty good. That's Texas right there.
Yeah. What about Ding Dong, Texas? I was just coming to that one, Ron. Apparently it's real. 2 settlers named Zulies and Bert Bell operated a store. A sign painter reportedly painted 2 bells on their sign and wrote ding under one and dong under the other. And then finally it just became Ding Dong, Texas.
Ding Dong, Texas, folks. I've never been there, but I'm sure it's beautiful.
Sounds pretty great. Let's see if we got some other Texas ones on our list here.
What do you think the mascot is of the high school in Ding Dong, Texas?
Just a bell, I'm sure.
All right. That's
probably boring.
There you go.
There's a place called Nameless, Texas. Unlike Uncertain Texas, actually a lot like. Settlers reportedly submitted several proposed names for this post office, and they were rejected. So the frustration eventually gave them Nameless, Texas.
There you go. People not agreeing can usually end to some pretty amazing results, and Nameless, Texas is just one example.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Bug Tussle, Texas?
No.
Bug Tussle.
I have never heard of Bug Tussle, Texas.
It's an old Texas community with several competing origin legends, including bugs supposedly being so plentiful that they appeared to be tussling. Like everything was very literal back in the day.
I believe that. That's probably something that still applies in modern times.
Right. What about Bigfoot, Texas?
Bigfoot, Texas. Good place.
Not named after the Sasquatch, actually. Just named after William A. Bigfoot Wallace.
I thought it was named after the monster truck Bigfoot, but that's just me. That's what I named it after.
That's such an American thing to say. Have you heard of Earth, Texas? Where do you live? I live in Earth, Texas.
Not. I've heard of some strange Texas towns, but never Earth, Texas.
Apparently it's not in the Gulf Coast, but it's in Texas. So I wanted to tell you about it. Yeah, it counts.
Texas is a small place.
How about Happy, Texas? I like that. I live in town of Happy. That's cute.
Happy, Texas is cool. Happy, Texas is always cool.
Yeah, that's cute.
They have a very low crime rate there because everybody's happy in Happy, Texas.
Of course. Okay, well, let's move along to what's next? Louisiana? I don't know if I have any Louisiana
Louisiana,
towns here.
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Okay, we've got some Mississippis here. Why not Mississippi?
Why not?
Allegedly named during a community meeting when residents couldn't agree on a name. Again, why not name it? Why not? This is like, what was that thing where they wanted to name a boat and they put it out to the people of the internet and they named it Bodie McBoatface? This is what this is.
I think that's brilliant.
It
Bodie
is hilarious.
McBoatface is definitely a great name.
So Mississippi, is that a real thing? I never saw that. There's a place called Hot Coffee, Mississippi. It's a real community along Mississippi's Hot Coffee Road.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend that does gas station tailgate reviews all along the coast of Mississippi. His name is Stafford Sheridan. He's actually a retired judge, and he owns a farm in Drew, Mississippi. He goes to all these little towns, and this is how I've heard of some of them. I've heard of So Mississippi before.
Very cool. So.
Yeah.
How's your town? It's so. How about Chunky, Mississippi?
Well, that could also be a town in Texas for sure.
Anywhere in America, really. Anywhere in
fitting.
Canada, America, Mexico. Chunky,
Texas.
Chunky, Texas. It's near the Chunky River, I guess. So it makes sense. I like it.
Yeah, why not?
How about Possum Neck? Possum Neck, Mississippi. Tiny community in this spectacular name, obviously.
Of course.
There's another one I think with a possum too, but I got to find it because I'm going out of order here because I'm looking to go, it
would be a terrible road trip if we were like this the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Here,
towns never made it to Florida,
right? Yeah, I think that might be all the Mississippi ones here. Okay, so let's go to Alabama.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones in Alabama. Come on,
there are some good ones here now if I can find them. What about Burnt Corn, Alabama?
I love Burnt Corn, Alabama.
Have you been?
Spot.
Have you been?
I think I've driven through there, maybe just very briefly. Blinking, you're done.
Travelers found corn that had been burned at a campsite, hence Burnt Corn, Alabama.
Sometimes you just need the most basic thing to come up with a name.
That's right. How about, speaking of possums, I found it, Possum Trot. And not only is this, it actually doesn't say where it is. It just says that it's in several southern states. Apparently there's a few possum trots.
Possum Trot seems like it would be in several southern states. Like that's not a specific location.
That's right. Oh, another coffee one, Coffeeville, Alabama. That one's just cute.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's right. Apparently it was named for military figure John Coffee and nothing else. So actually not as awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Somehow there's not many Alabama ones here, but that takes us to Florida, I guess. Although I thought there was a Tennessee one on my list here.
Bucksnort, Tennessee.
Bucksnort?
Yep. Home of the world famous bologna burger.
Oh, you know what? I've actually heard you say this. Bucksnort. Okay.
That's Tennessee. That's all I know.
Oh, that sounds all right.
A real place.
Sweet Lips, Tennessee is the one on my list.
Yeah, that's fitting.
I mean,
the entire state is Sweet Lips, Tennessee.
It says that technically Tennessee is also not a Gulf state, but it's in the
it counts.
It counts. I think so. It's not a Gulf state, says Ron. I know what we just said that, but it counts. Okay, that takes us to Florida. We've got Frostproof, Florida, which I wish I lived here because I'm getting pretty tired of having snow.
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but what would happen if one day it got cold enough and there were actually frost in Frostproof, Florida?
Right?
You got to change the name.
We got to change the name. How about Niceville? That's cute. I live in Niceville. Like you live in Happy, Texas. I live in Niceville, Florida. Apparently, it wasn't always called Niceville. It used to be known as Boggy, named after the Boggy Bayou.
All right.
So that's cute too.
We changed it from Boggy to Niceville. Yeah. I like it. That's a good progressive change.
How about Two Eggs, Florida? 2 egg. Not 2 eggs, just 2 egg.
I think that's good because we were talking about breakfast tacos earlier and you have to order 2 egg breakfast tacos, not 2 eggs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it.
I like it. What do we got here? Where are we? Florida?
Cut and shoot, Texas.
Christmas, Florida. I've heard of this before. That's fun.
Yes.
Your town is called Christmas?
Christmas, Florida, Hollywood, Florida. There's all kinds of cool Florida towns.
Yeah, I love that. And then Yeehaw Junction, I saw in the comments here. Yeehaw Junction, Florida. I like this. This is cute. How about, this is maybe my favorite, Florida, Florida. It's just Florida without the F.
Why not?
Why not?
But what if it's not actually called Lorida? What if it's Lowrida, Florida? Lowrida. Like Florida, Lowrida.
Maybe it is. Maybe.
Lowrida, Florida, baby. Coming at you.
That's
love
what
I'm talking about. I want to live there.
Right? And if anybody knows any names that I'm missing, please drop them in the comments here. That was just a very small list, but I'm so over time here, so it doesn't even matter. So why don't we just cut it right here? Hear a word from our sponsors.
Cut and shoot.
No?
Looking for a fitness app that actually fits in your life, not the other way around? The Mace Fitness app is your personal fitness coach in your pocket. That's M-A-S-E. Mace Fitness app makes fitness simple and affordable. The build your own workout option allows you to choose the exercises, the focus area, and the pace that works best for you. This app feature is only $9 a month. You'll get over 630 guided exercise videos, build your own workout tools, strength, mobility, balance, and flexibility training, easy to follow instructions, fitness anytime, anywhere. Mace Fitness, just $9 a month.
Sometimes you can feel lost in the forest of your mind, caught up in mistakes you can't change, looking ahead, uncertain what comes next, questioning if things will ever get easier, and if you've missed your chance. But the fact is that every moment is a new chance to change and choose a new direction. The fastest way to stop the pain and gain the new insight needed is through guidance from someone who has walked the path before you that can teach you to find your own answers from within. If any of this sounds familiar and you're looking for a way through from where you are to where you long to be, then let's connect. Check out soulspectivesinstitute.com today and book your discovery call, and we can see where we can go from there.
Can you imagine your business here going on daily as sponsorship opportunities? Trying to reach your target audience? Going on daily is the answer. Looking for a way to stretch your advertising budget? Going on daily is the answer. Want your business to be featured on radio, TV, and social media? Going on daily is the answer. If interested, email us at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thank you, sponsors, including our voiceover actor, Mr. Chuck. And guess what? That leads us into this next segment, because you are a voiceover actor, apparently, starting your career.
I've done this numerous times, and I listened to that, and it's almost the perfect segue, because
It really is.
I did that voiceover a couple weeks ago, and only one person other than me, which is Mickey, understands just how frustrating it was to try and get that recording to actually work.
I was having too. It's super annoying. I've recorded it 75 times.
Well, I was recording perfect episodes, perfect drops, Becky, and I'd send them over and nobody could hear them. They were too quiet. And I was just telling Ron, over the weekend, I got to do 5 ads for our Rio Blanco Roofing high school football sponsorship. Nice. We're going to be sponsoring 5 different school districts.
That's awesome.
And our ad is going to be played throughout the course of the games. We're also sponsoring First Downs, which is going to be amazing. First down, Rio Blanco Roofing, But I had a heck of a time getting this to work on that last one. So I ended up just scrapping the whole thing, and I ended up just doing it in my phone, which is why to me it sounds like I'm in a tin can and not like I'm actually using professional equipment. So over the weekend, Becky, I came to the understanding of what was going on there and why that didn't work. And I'm here to explain something, because I feel like it could be overlooked by many professional voiceover actors, actresses, and people that just want to do it. And basically, here's what happened. I gave 250 different takes before I came up with the one that we just played, which I think was the worst one of the group, but it's the only one that you could actually hear. Okay. And it was because I was speaking into the mic. I was recording it into this thing over here that's got all these processors and bars and stuff moving, and green and yellow and red. But I'm doing the football ones, and I'm super happy with the way they're turning out. I mean, I'm just like nailing them, right? And then all of a sudden I go to transfer them to my computer so I can send them for approval. And guess what?
No,
can't hear anything, nothing. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? So It took me a combined 500 takes of the Going On Daily and the Keeping It Rio Blanco one to figure out what was going on, Becky. And do you want to know what the ultimate problem was with my recording that cost me 500 takes of my life, frustration? My blood pressure probably was elevated a little bit. It was a crazy scenario. Do you know what I ended up having to do to make myself actually be heard on the ads that we're doing?
Was it just talk straight into your phone again?
No, I did it right on the mic this time. I'm like,
okay,
Central Texas.
Tell me what it was.
Central Texas, hail, wind, and heat are bad for your roof. You know what I had to do, Becky, to become audible to the people?
What?
There's this thing on my Rodecaster over here. It's called a volume slider.
Oh, no.
I had to turn the volume up on the microphone just a little bit, and therefore it became perfect. So 500 plus takes of doing something absolutely wrong. And again, I've mentioned many times over the course of the shows that sometimes I don't think about the most obvious thing, and then it hits me in the face like, whoa. And it was like when Ron had me do it the other way, record it like you do your podcast. It works every time. Even that didn't work. But this time I figured it out, and we are going to be playing for the next 2026 season, 5 school districts in Central Texas. Rio Blanco Roofing is going to be a sponsor of Friday Night Lights. So that's how you get back on time after you took up way too much time on the road trip. And look, we're even going to have a little bit of surplus. So I give myself a shout out on that because I played some great ads. I wrote them myself. And if anybody needs a voiceover actor type guy, I've done multiple for the roofing. I've done them for sports. I did them for a random concrete company in Pennsylvania one time. So just ask me and I'll do it. That's all there is to it.
Love it. You're going to have a whole career of voiceover acting. I think it's great. Next thing we know, you're going to be into like, I don't know, naughty book reading, like a spicy
I've probably
book.
already done that once or twice for all you know. I've done some Audible.
Probably Toy Story 6. Is that?
I'll do it.
Okay. You'll be the new character. All right. Awesome. Well, let's hear about our Uganda fund and how you can donate money to that. Here at Rhode Island Broadcasting and Going On Daily, we're proud to announce that we are collecting donations for our Uganda fund. My name is Becky, and I've been one of the hosts here at Going On Daily since day one. And earlier this year, I was blessed with the opportunity to travel to Uganda, and it was honestly one of the most life-changing experiences. I met people who completely changed the way I see the world. I met families who had endured unimaginable tragedies, including these 2 families who lost young children to a witch doctor. I met children who hadn't eaten in days. We even saw 11 children share a single apple because it's all we had left to give them. I met children who fled war in neighboring countries only to find themselves homeless and living on the streets. I saw heartbreak, poverty, and desperation. But what I also saw was joy. The happiness that a single piece of candy, a bracelet, or a small act of kindness could bring was enough to bring tears to my eyes. These are people who have so little, and yet they have more gratitude and joy than many of us could even imagine. We know that there are people who need help in our own communities, and we continue to support local initiatives whenever we can. But this year, our hearts are with Uganda. In partnership with Love Made a Way, 100% of every donation will go directly to initiatives in Uganda. No hidden fees, no deductions. Every dollar goes to help providing food, clean water, education, medical care, safe buildings, sanitation improvements, schools, vocational training, and hope. $1 is worth roughly 3,700 Ugandan shillings, so even a small donation can make a meaningful impact. Maybe it's giving up your Starbucks or your Timmy's today. Whatever you feel led to give, please know that it will help change lives. Thank you for your support, your generosity, and for helping us bring hope to the people of Uganda. Visit www.rhodeislandbroadcasting.net/Uganda-donations to help out. Amazing. Thank you, Rhode Island Broadcasting, for putting this initiative out for this year. Head to our website at rhodeislandbroadcasting.net/Uganda-donations to donate.
Do it.
Mr. Chuck Allen, where can people find you?
Well, that's a great question, Becky. And it seems like the same answer every week. You can find me at Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and I think something else. But there's like, I was looking at my podcast, there's like 72 different podcast things that it's on.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know what some of them are. So if you just type in the word pod or cast, you could probably find me there as well. So that's what I'm talking about. It's Keeping It Real, the world's greatest podcast, tied with Going On Daily, of course.
Of course.
And we got some amazing episodes coming up this week. I've got some new sponsors, got a new look to the program. So, folks, if you're ever going to check it out, now is the time.
Now is the time. Check
There you
out.
go. And Becky, where can the folks find you online?
You can find me on my website at aboundinghealth.ca. I have a link to my podcast there, even though it's on a break right now. All my socials are on there. You can find me at abounding.health on Instagram, _Bectacular also on Instagram. Becky Turner, again, basic millennial name. Good luck finding me on Facebook, but that is my name. So you can find me there. Is this a picture of us right under my face here? Is that me?
On a fishing boat. I think that actually, I recognize that hat. I recognize my hat.
It looks like you. I don't know if that's me.
You dropped me off on the side of the road of the road trip and I found new friends. What can I say?
So. Like, this girl kind of looks like Becky, but not. Weird.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of, it's kind of debatable.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Anyway. I'm looking good though. I like the arm definition.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm glad that he got a full body photo of me for once.
Yeah, looking buff.
Yeah.
AI, you know what? AI did me so dirty on the weekend. So there's this photo from the concert I went to last week. And I don't know if you've noticed, I have no eyebrows now. Have you noticed that? You guys don't notice that.
I didn't notice that. Your glasses were doing a nice job.
That's why I'm wearing big glasses today. So I've had them tattooed for like 10 years. And I work at a Medi Spa. And I'm like, hey, you guys want to remove my tattoos? I didn't know it also bleached the hair. It takes out the color from your tattoo, but also bleaches all the hair off. So
you had tattooed eyebrows?
Yeah, me and every girl that I know. Damn, so you can see now there's like the remnants of the tattoo, but my eyebrows are white. And I've always just had brown eyebrows.
Is that for life now?
No, it'll come back. It's just temporarily bleaches it from the laser. And anyway, so the first day or first couple days that I did it, we went to a concert and they were still sore. So I was like, you know what, instead of like drawing them back in and it hurting, I'm just going to like embrace looking like, I don't know,
Marilyn Manson,
a ghost. Marilyn Manson. Yes, exactly. And so anyway, I went to this concert and it was like dark and it was kind of blurry. And this photo of me like really has no eyebrows. So I didn't say anything about it to ChatGPT, but I put the picture in and I was like, hey, can you just make this brighter and less blurry? Because you could barely see it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what's about to happen here.
Okay, I'll take these off.
You got to say like,
instead of giving me eyebrows right here where they are, it gave me them here on my eyelid. It is so like, it doesn't even look like me. It also
make that your profile picture. I dare you.
I'm gonna
at least it's not a unibrow. That could have been worse. That would have been hilarious.
To you right now because the picture is so funny. It's not me. It just did me so dirty. But I'm sending it.
My ChatGPT makes me look stupidly old when I do it, and I don't look like that. And it's frustrating.
Yeah,
it couldn't make me a cartoon because it made me look like I was just a step away from death. That's what the world sees. I don't see it. So I don't know.
When ChatGPT first came out and I would like put pictures in, it would always think I was like Middle Eastern or something. And every time I'm like, who is this Arab woman? Not me. I'm as white and pale as they come.
ChatGPT.
Okay, look at this picture. It's so funny.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why are my eyebrows there?
That is pretty good right there. I'm not gonna lie. Like you should make that your profile picture for life.
But like, look at it. That's not where my eyebrows are.
That looks like somebody just like dotted your eye.
Yeah.
Wow.
It gave me a lot more makeup than I was wearing. It gave me new teeth because my teeth are not quite that shape.
I don't trust this ChatGPT at all.
I know. So funny.
Finally trust you. You're like, go ahead and release that to the world as my profile picture. And then you'd be walking around all day. People are like, there she is. Look at her. And you
look at those eyebrows. Well, I'm just like, eyebrows make such a difference. Like when they're pushed down onto your eyelids. I mean, man, that's weird. And when you don't have any, I'm getting used to it now. But at first I was like, Oh Lord.
I'm
What have
just
I done?
bamboozled by the fact that you had tattooed eyelashes or eyebrows. I didn't
Eyebrows.
even know that was a thing.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone I know
I
does.
don't think so,
Maybe
Becky.
Texas
I
is
think
more
that's
natural, but I don't think so.
I don't think everybody does.
I've had them done for 10 years because I don't know. I'm a product of the 90s and 2000s where I just plucked the crap out of them.
I just wear sunglasses all day and I pull my hat down and I'm a
Yeah,
dude, so whatever.
Yeah, you're a dude, so whatever.
I do see guys with eyebrows that are like done like that, and
it's a bit
to
light
each their
for
own,
my
but that's
liking.
not my thing. I'm not
I like my
doing
man
that.
to have a little bit more of like a natural brow.
I'm not trying to have like this straight one or
shape.
like
an arch.
I know a dude, he shall remain nameless, that uses the pencil and like maybe needs a little bit of training, a little bit of artistic ability.
Cool. It's weird. I can't even pluck a hair out of my husband's eyebrow because he thinks
he's right.
Lighter, too light for him.
Yep.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, we got a couple minutes left. I got one more story for you. This is an interesting story, and it is a Texas story. It is about the Galveston hurricane. So back in the year 1900, this hurricane happened. The aftermath of the hurricane is even worse, though. So it was September 8th, so almost 126 years ago. This massive hurricane slammed into Galveston, Texas. Now, if anybody doesn't know where Galveston is, I admittedly I had to look it up. It is right on the water.
Awesome. It's where you go to get on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Right out of the port of Galveston into the ocean. Yep.
Yeah. At the time, Galveston was Texas's most important city, or one of the most important cities. It was a wealthy Gulf port with grand homes, electric lights, streetcars, and ambitions of becoming one of America's major commercial centers. Now, when you think of major American commercial centers, you don't think of Galveston, Texas. Now, yeah, you think of cruise ships, but we're thinking like LA and New York and things like that. Seattle, we're not thinking Galveston.
I would totally go to Galveston over any of those places.
100%.
Galveston's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, good seafood.
Hugo says, I want to visit Boca Chica, Texas. That's a fun name. I like that.
Nice.
So it had the ambitions of becoming this like major commercial center. But then in a matter of hours, much of the city was destroyed. Estimates generally put the death toll between 6,000 and 12,000 people, with kind of a consensus being around that 8,000 amount of people who died. That actually makes it the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history. And unfortunately, because they're like this weird little island, there was nowhere to escape to. The city was frighteningly vulnerable. Galveston is a barrier island, and in 1900, much of that developed area was only several feet above sea level. There was like no seawall whatsoever. I don't know why they just didn't think about it when they were building this place.
Back in the day, that was not something that you thought of.
No,
we didn't have Google to warn us.
Exactly. And meteorology at the time was primitive compared to today. So like Cuban forecasters have become exceptionally skilled at tracking Caribbean hurricanes. But there was tension between the U.S. Weather Bureau and the Cuban meteorologists at the time.
Imagine that.
Yeah, what do you know?
Some things will never change.
Never change. U.S. forecasters knew a storm was in the Gulf, but residents weren't given anything resembling a modern hurricane evacuation warning. So when the storm arrived, winds were likely around a Category 4. Imagine having no warning about a Category 4. Ron says in about 10 to 15 years, it'll be underwater. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe we should go there for a visit now. It's kind of like Naples. Before you joined the show, we did one about, Venice, Italy, about how it'll likely be underwater one day. So this storm surged, estimated like roughly 15 feet, swept across the island. Houses began to get ripped off of their foundations. Debris smashed into the houses, which created more debris, which destroyed more buildings. Eventually, an enormous moving wall of wreckage had formed. There was actually a cool picture. Maybe, Ron, if you could look up the Galveston hurricane, a picture, and put it up here. Excuse me, this huge like wall of wreckage happened, and people climbed into the upper floors of their homes only to have their houses collapse because apparently nothing in this city was built properly, not to withstand a hurricane. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, I understand.
And
still to this day, there are things in Texas that are not built for the current weather conditions.
Oh yeah, like that odd snowstorm you guys get in February. Yes.
Oh yeah, and
then
it shut everything down. Now here in San Antonio, they're shutting down our electricity during the day because it's so hot, and like,
dang,
it's kind of crazy out here in the Wild West.
In the Wild West. So here's like a really horrific part of. Oh, there we go. Is that crazy?
Yes, indeed it is.
Yeah, that's wild.
Looks like Galveston, though. That seafood restaurant right there. Still there.
Still there, withstood the storm and the test of time. So there was actually an orphanage, or an orphan asylum is what they called it. It sat near the beach, and it housed roughly 90 children along with 10 nuns. As the water rose, the nuns reportedly tied groups of children together with clotheslines in an attempt to keep them together, an attempt to keep them from being swept away. But the building was destroyed and nearly everyone died except for 3 little guys. So that's actually really horrific.
Sorry, guys.
I know. It's terrible. Good morning,
Hoping
Jake.
for a happy ending.
Yeah. There is no happy ending. No, I'm ending this on a sad note. But then there was aftermath of this hurricane. Obviously, there was like bodies everywhere, and thousands of people were dead. Like we said, somewhere between 6 and 12, probably around 8,000 people dead. And it was also really hot in Texas because it was September. So you can imagine like what's happening.
Humidity. Probably lots of mosquitoes. It was probably a terrible time.
Bugs everywhere, the smell. Officials initially tried taking the bodies offshore on barges and dumping them into the Gulf, which is really messed up. But that didn't work, and the Gulf brought them back. And so now,
thank God for that, because we eat food out of the Gulf to this day, and I would hate to think
it's full of dead bodies. Well, I hate to break it to you,
really
it's full of dead bodies. Yeah. Bodies began to wash up on lots of beaches. So Galveston resorted to mass funeral things. It's a word that I don't really understand, so I'm leaving it. For days, bodies and wreckages were burned. There were accounts describing residents being pressed into recovery work because the scale of the disaster was simply beyond anything the city could handle. This is like so twisted. Like, not only did they like die in a hurricane, then they like got thrown out to sea, and now they're all full of like bloat, and then they're like back, and now they're burning mass piles of them. It's actually horrific. Galveston decided to lift itself out of the ocean's reach, which obviously is necessary. They didn't just rebuild the city, they actually constructed this huge seawall, and then realized that the seawall wasn't enough. They decided that the city was just still too low. So instead of just rebuilding, they decided to raise Galveston. Thousands of buildings were lifted using enormous numbers of screw jacks, like the houses, the businesses, churches, entire city blocks, or town blocks, I guess at the time. And then workers pumped huge amounts of quantities of sand underneath them as well to raise them. In some areas, the ground level was actually raised 17 feet. So that's huge. Very helpful for a storm. People continued living and working in the city while this enormous engineering project was happening. I can't believe that people stayed. I think I would have left immediately after that happened.
Yeah, but it's Galveston.
Right?
You got to stay.
I guess.
Galveston's awesome to this day because you can see where they're all built up on stilts and stuff, and it's
that's cool. I didn't know that. Even the utilities had to be adjusted. The city essentially rebuilt an island underneath itself. Before 1900, though, Galveston was competing with Houston economically. After the hurricane, investors became increasingly wary of putting everything into an exposed island city. Meanwhile, Houston just continued to grow. And then the Houston Ship Canal or Channel opened in 1914, allowing ocean-going ships to direct across or access to Houston. So Galveston, although important, never became what Houston was in the means of like
it's a real shame because Galveston's way better than Houston. Just saying.
Yeah. So like not only did this hurricane kill thousands of people, it arguably helped alter the economic geography of Texas. So, yeah, kind of like not really an uplifting story by any means, but interesting nonetheless.
Indeed. It's very Gulf states.
Yeah, very Gulf states. That's kind of what I thought. That's what the people wanted to know about. And I didn't know anything about the Gulf states. I've only been to Alabama and definitely not near the water. So, and you know what? When I was in not the last time, but one of the last times I was down south, we were staying in Alabama. My brother lived there. And my dad said, okay, we've got a couple of options. Do we want to go to the Gulf Coast, which of course was my choice? Do you want to go to Nashville? No. Do you want to go to, I can't, New Orleans?
Ooh.
Or do you want to go to Graceland?
Yes.
No, that's what we
Graceland's
chose.
the answer.
No, that's what we chose. And I'm like, kind of wishing I did anything else. Like Graceland was cool, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I had the option to go to the Gulf Coast. Anytime I can be on a beach, I'm a happy girl. But that's not what my family chose. So.
Yeah, but it's not the same kind of beach as what you're thinking. The Gulf beaches are not the same as the ocean beaches. The water looks like a lake. It looks like
it's green.
pond.
I actually had looked this
not
up.
Green, it's brown.
Well, maybe in some areas. Why is the
it's brown
Gulf water green in Galveston's? Well, that's because everything's been disrupted, probably in massive hurricanes. This is the problem, I think, with a lot of these like coastal regions is that you get hurricanes frequently, so everything is getting like
sometimes
disrupted.
it just happens.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But the Gulf is actually known for its emerald green water and not its poo brown water like you seem to claim here. So like around the Florida Panhandle, there's like a lot of really green water. And apparently it's from tiny algae and phytoplankton.
Indeed,
these little microorganisms there. It has very pale sand. So places like Destin and Panama City have this extremely white, quartz-rich sand. So when sunlight bounces off of that, the bright bottom makes the shallow water look much lighter and more vivid. Plus, the light is being absorbed and scattered, and the water is very clear. So that's why it looks green. So I don't know. I don't think none of the pictures I've seen look gross. This looks, well, you can't see that with my light, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah, but I was thinking Galveston. Galveston's water is gross. You don't want to go to the beach there.
Does Galveston have brown water? I need to know.
It does.
Brown water. Let's see what the Google has to say. It's thinking. Hold on. We got a private note here. We got to read it. Time. Yeah, we know the time. We got 2 minutes here. Yeah, you're right. Galveston is brown. Okay, you're right. So on that note, that takes us to the end of our Gulf states, well, first day, but it will be here all week. I'm very interested to see what everybody else does. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be on an hour earlier, just like today, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Mountain time with Mickey and Laura. So be here for that. Of course, thank you to WDJY in Atlanta for having us on. Thank you to Mace Fitness and Soul Perspectives Institute. Thank you to Hugo and Jake and JJ for being here today. I know it is early, but you still showed up in the comments and we love you for it. Make sure you are here tomorrow morning, bright and early, to add your comments as well. And Chuck, thank you as always for a good time. Thank you for that road trip.
Happy way to start the Monday. Now I'm going out and taking care of some other stuff.
I'm going to go out and get some barbecue.
I feel like this was the highlight of my day. Unfortunately, it's about to go downhill.
Yeah, right. I got to go to work.
That's what I'm here for.
Right. Okay. Well, have a great day, everybody. We will see you back tomorrow.
Thank you.